What's up, YouTube? It's John again, or the Messiah TCG, since I changed my name from GG because I'm not a gaming org. It's in this video. It's round 3 of our Digimon BT16 EVO Cup, and just I don't know if I mentioned this. This is table 1 each round, so I should mention that these are usually the players who are undefeated at the time, or in the case of the last game, obviously the final 2 undefeated players. On the left, it is me playing Mirage, and on the right, it is actually Jeremy from Tama Team Official, who I'll make sure I tag in this YouTube video, playing his very, very, very interesting and unique Jijimon deck. And the reason I say interesting and unique is because, I mean, the majority of us at EVO Cup, or you saw Magnamon, both variations, Vaccine and Armor. Obviously, me playing Mirage, I was one of, I think, maybe 2 or 3. And all the other usual suspects you see in the meta right now. Numemon, which I played in the next round. But then Jijimon, which is, to be very honest, a very interesting and unique deck in comparison to the rest. And I know this is a deck that he spent a lot of time putting together. It's a very good deck. And its power level is actually pretty surprising, to be honest. You can really catch you off guard, especially if you don't really know what all the cards do. Thankfully, here with Mirage, I actually think I have a pretty good matchup into it, especially because it doesn't really kill you fast. Mirage really struggles against anything that kills you fast. That's why Numemon can sometimes be touch and go. And Red Hybrid, I know we have a good matchup in the Red Hybrid, but sometimes Red Hybrid can just kill you. Out of nowhere, especially if they start Uko Takuya. But yeah, this matchup is a little bit easier for me because I know he can't really kill me. And obviously, we can see here that I actually have a decent start. I didn't start a rookie, but I was able to boost and find one. Then I used training to get the Thomas. Dude, I know that like a lot of card game players shuffle their hands a lot, and I have now become so aware of how much I do it, and I really want to go out of my way to stop, because I hate that I do it. It's like a habit, right? To either think or maybe just out of boredom or ADHD, right? Either way, so it's something I need to stop doing. Okay, so here we see I started a little bit slow. Was able to I hard slammed the Madoki Betamon to make sure that the memory he can use the memory boost, and because I was still setting up on my end. He was able to take it out using Togemon X, which I believe arrests something. He was able to swing over it. I think he was supposed to gain the memory. Oh, yeah, okay, I gave it to him. He's supposed to gain the memory from Palmon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because my monster was suspended. And now he's going to go into Jijimon, I believe. Yeah. And I think it's Jijimon's when attacking, and I think it's when attacking when Digimon lets him like play out bodies, and he can like rig it as any way he wants. So pretty good stuff, man. Really interesting deck. I think I called it gotcha at the time, but I think it's a little bit. It's not so much gotcha as it is really prepping and preparing your board, or like rigging, right? Like it's gotcha, like the mechanic, right? Because it's like top decking stuff or like playing out stuff from the top of your deck, but you rig it, you set it up, so it's not really gotcha. All right, we push up, we go into Miragegao for 1, we draw, we think about popping this. I think we do, right? Because then we want to go Mirage. I don't remember. I think I go into the old Mirage or the new Mirage, excuse me. Newer, the one that lets you bounce Tamers, so I could get my Thomas down. Because I remember thinking here the problem is, and I remember here I like misplay. I like think I'm like, hey, my bad. I meant to do this. Like I meant to ice wall before I did this, because I remember I was thinking so hard about this. All right, so we do get 1 check, and so I this is a case of me going too fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a mistake of me going too fast, but we're both pretty cool. So I'm just going to go back and touch on this. I want to pause it here just because I want to mention that. So what happened here is, and I swung security, right, and then I evoed. And then I remember thinking, oh, I got to make sure I swing over Jijimon before I pass turn. And then for whatever reason, I didn't. And I was like, yo, my bad, dude. I meant to swing over that. And Jeremy, super cool guy, was like, yeah, man, you're good. It's all like, yeah, man, I figured anyway, you're good. So like we both knew what my play was, what the right line of play was. So it was okay, and he let me do it. I don't know. That's what, dude. I literally was saying in my last video. That's why you gotta go slow and make sure that you're paying attention. It's an instance of me playing way too fast. Thankfully, I'm playing against an opponent who is definitely at the least the same skill level as I am, right? So we both knew what the play was. He knew what was gonna punish him, right? So he's like, I figure you're gonna do it. So he was cool with it. But it was definitely within his right to say no. And if he didn't, I would have had to eat that, So a lesson to anyone watching this: play slower, pay attention, because that was definitely a misplay by me. And I like to think that I don't make a lot of misplays like that, but that's an instance of one. Like, I was just gonna ice wall and pass, right? I'm like, why wouldn't I switch? Why wouldn't I swing over that thing? So anyway, we kind of get one there, right? We get a little bit lucky. And now we're kind of in a commanding spot here. I think the fact that, so I actually really like the old Mirage lets you bounce tamers, just because I feel like it really allows you to set up your board, especially if it's your first Mirage you go into. Obviously the other one's a lot better and facilitates you winning the game. However, I definitely think that this Mirage, I think it's BT12, really allows you to, what's the word I'm looking for? It really allows you to set up. That's the word I was looking for, I guess. It really allows you to set up and work, and really facilitate your end game towards the second half, or the second half of a game, which is like, use it to build your board, and then you push out a raising with like your a second stack, and you just win the game. Granted, if you get 2 stacks, you're probably gonna win anyway. Here I hard drop Zudo. Well, the Mega Gargo play was pretty good, but then here I hard drop Zudo to strip 2 sources, and I add Top Scary to his hand. And this is crazy, because I was able to do some quote unquote chip damage by going into Mirage, but now he's kind of in a hard place because it's Mirage and Mirage. So if he adds a card to his hand, I could drop a tamer. I don't think I have one. And obviously if he does anything, he'll just lose memory. So it makes it really difficult. I just think in general that he has the Jijimon has a bad matchup into this. Super runs over my Mirage. It's very dead. But I mean, theoretically, I have OTK, or I win the game next turn, right? So it's just awkward. Wait, did he draw a card? Was I not paying attention? Bro, that's what I'm talking about. We can't be doing that. It's not working. All right, let me see. Go back. All right. So I think he swings, draws, and then his turn should end, right? If that's the case. But oh no, I think that's what the effect is. He gets the bottom deck hit. That's why I figured nothing. He wasn't playing the cards to let him draw a card. I think only one of his decks did. Anyway, Pop's training or plays training, trying to set up another stack. I see the thing too, because he's playing green. It's so. Oh, he added a card to his hand with training, so I was able to get into memory. Because green it's able to evolve so frequently and efficiently. It's just so good, like it's always gonna be able to come back usually, unless I guess you're playing like Tyrants a little bit harder once their board gets wiped, right? But Gomamon come out, strip something, and we just Full Moon Meteor this, gain 4, gain holy shit, gain 4, and then gain 2, 2 from Full Moon Meteor, and then 2 from Mirage. Honestly, bro, this deck's unfair sometimes. I think right now I'm looking for burst mode. That's one thing I'm trying to. I think it's first card, right? 1, 2, 4. No burst mode. We take level 4. Now I remember thinking like, damn, we really need to find this burst mode. For 2, draw, and it's over to him. That's the thing too. Like I was kind of being a little bit cautious here, not swinging security and stuff, but I like if I wouldn't have pushed out of raising, I could have been more aggressive with this Mirage, with the level 6, just because I feel like then I'm not as worried as like my board getting all dealt with. Up and there goes. This is bad news bears. It rests my Mirage. That's the thing, man. Like I if you don't find burst mode, it's hard to close out games. So here I'm like, oh, my stack's gonna die. But I also know that his evos are expensive. And Jijimon can't swing over it, so that's like positive, right? I could also Zudo Ace if I have it. I don't think I do, though. I think my hand's actually pretty bad. Oh, did I have burst mode the whole time? I just didn't go into it. Maybe I didn't have lethal. I was just complaining about. I was just mentioning that DOS in the last game could have probably had lethal, but he didn't do it. Oof, and then yep. The draws man. I remember asking him, I'm like, yo, is the draw mandatory? Because you could choose not to do it if you shouldn't. You shouldn't choose to do it. but the draw is mandatory, so it does pass turn, so it does come up. And I think it's when you play a tamer, he draws a card, something like that. Yeah, and that's just hell unfortunate, and that's probably just game, right? And that's the thing with Mirage, man. The fact that the BT11 one is a floodgate, it makes it so powerful. And it just makes it so difficult to deal with. Because you just lock your opponent out of the games. It's so bad. I mean, again, I don't think the card should be hit. I don't think the deck needs to be hit, but I'm just saying it's like, there's like a standpoint, like there's a point in the game, especially like your opponent has draw effects and like in their sources, that they just get locked out because they can't do anything. Like the perfect example was like Gabumon with or the Gabumon mat raising a Gabumon. Like you just die. You know what I mean? Like you promote the Gabumon and you just lose because you lose 2 memory because you draw a card. All right, so I took game 1. Definitely sloppier play by me. I think I remember I played against one of my buddies, John, in the first round against Magnamon, and that was so frustrating. The fact that he OTK'd me, I was so tilted by that. So I think I was like that wasn't starting, but I was like not playing my best. But either way, we got game 1. I think this is a fairly easy matchup for me on with Mirage, just because like the Jijimon deck is cool and it needs to get rolling quickly, or not quickly, but I don't know if it can kill you super fast. I know that he could play out Miragegaogamon off of GG, which is crazy, man. But the thing is, if you leave me with like too much, if you leave Mirage, like if you hit their security, right, and you hit like a training and a tamer, you just killed yourself, usually, right? Unless they don't have anything, unless they don't have the line, then it's like, all right, well, you dodged a bullet. But for the most part, I feel like if swinging security against Mirage, you're kind of in a rock and a hard place because you just get to a point where you basically just kill yourself. It's like when you play against Luga and you swing their security and you hit their 4s, and then you hit like training or you hit an AG and you're like, oh well, I guess I just lose. I think I remember this game. I think I have to start with Madoki in the back, which is super gross, bro. Super gross. We hate that. But while we're waiting on my turn, oh no, okay, I remember this. I decided, I was like, nah, I'm not evolving into Madoki. I'll find the better rookie. And I guess playing against a deck like this, which is a little bit slower, slower to lethal, not slower to set up. I feel like I had time, so I was just chilling. And dude, props to Jeremy for this deck, man. That's so cool that he like put this together. I don't know, I forget where he got his inspiration, or I think he came up with it himself. He is quite the deck builder. He does this from time to time. He just comes up with these awesome decks, including one day he goes like Rainbow Security Control, which is, it's not as strong as like your traditional security control, but it's a lot more interesting and has a lot more plays. It's definitely I would say I don't want to say a joy to play against because I don't want him to play it at locals, but it's definitely unique and creative, you know. And I think that's Digimon's kind of a card game where you can get rewarded for that. But obviously there is always going to be meta, which I am over here on the left playing. I think we have the whole line, right? I saw Mirage in hand already, or that maybe in burst mode. I think Jeremy's a little bit bricked up here. He will. Not like so much like, oh, like he bricked, he loses, but like he just is missing, I think, a 5 really bad. So he's like, I need to do something. He puts me to 1 here. Do I have the whole line? Man, if I just stopped fidgeting, I would know if I have the right cards in hand. God. Oh, so we do push out. We decide to push out. But I remember thinking, oh, he can ace. He can ace me. I mean, Lilymon ace doesn't do anything, though, so I guess I'm not super afraid. But, I mean, I think we just training into Mirage here to be safe. And we put that back in his hand. Keep turn. And then... Do we have jamming? Yeah, we have the jamming one in the stack. So I think we just swing, tap, unsuspend, then ice wall maybe? Swing! Make sure you swing. Don't be a coward, John. Okay. Oof. Ice wall is so strong, though. I had the jamming 4 in my... Yeah, okay, I remember thinking this at the time, too. I'm like, why am I so bad? I swung. I'm like, why didn't I just swing? Oh, wait, maybe it's because he didn't have 8 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I think it was because he didn't have 8 cards. I think he had 7, because I only gained 1 off the Mirage. Here we go. I think he's still missing a 5, actually. Or a 6. I remember he was missing something this game. Yeah, Jeremy's been playing a Digimon with us for a while, man, and he always does pretty well. And again, I think the biggest thing that's the coolest thing about playing as him is you really never know what you're gonna get, because he plays like these decks. They're so unique and different that can also hang with like meta stuff. So an example is like he played this with Jijimon, which I know he's done very well with in the past, and he even has a deck profile on his channel which I'll tag below. But he's also done like Titamon, which is super cool. It's like Titamon OTK. I remember he smacked me playing Luga when I was playing it against his Titamon, which I thought was really funny. And then I also mentioned Rainbow Security Control. So, all right, Jijimon, 1, 2, 3, nice. Alright, so I'm pretty sure Tyranno is just your opponent's Digimon doesn't unsuspend during the unsuspend phase, which I'm pretty sure I just tap Thomas and he unsuspends, which is kind of funny. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's so awkward, man. I think this is just a bad matchup for Jeremy. On top of that, it doesn't seem like he got to go very fast this game, so it's super awkward, man. We tap, and then we unsuspend because I added a card to his hand. Gain memory. Go burst, bounce that, big oof, gain 2 more. Now, see, I took this card out of the deck, and I'm really upset that I did in situations like this. And it comes up again in like one of my later games. Is that I really want the Gaogamon that plays Thomas for free when you evolve into it, because that's like where it'd be super good value here. I mean, thankfully he has nothing in raising, but he's kind of getting set up here. Go for 3. We draw 1. We swing. Then we tap Thomas. I don't know why wouldn't we tap Thomas? It's a misplay on my end. Thankfully, he's not in a position to punish, but it's definitely a mistake. You tap Thomas, just leave my Mirage unsuspended at least. But I guess the thinking was, we can have lethal here somehow. I think he goes all the way up into a 5 here. And I think he said my Mirage is unsuspend during my unsuspend phase. Remember he tries to swing. I'm like, oh, you just hard play that. He's like, damn. So I think he can reduce evil cost going to Panjamon, I think, for free. I don't remember. I remember being afraid of Miragegaogamon, because that's definitely something that makes it annoying. So reduce this by, I think he can reduce this by 2, can't he? And then it's just, all right, so that's just game, right? Strip the Palmon, pop training. We both draw a card, and then gain 1, gain. Oh my god, bro! And then Mirage doesn't unsuspend, which is so. I mean, it's just unfortunate, but I mean, look at this board, bro. Like, what do you do? Zudo. Is Zudo even the right call? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was afraid of Miragegaogamon, so Zudo's definitely the right call. We Mirage again, add top security to his hand, gain 2, swing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jeremy definitely had a super rough game that third game. I definitely think that he needs to get rolling, right? Because that's the thing with green, especially like with the Terriermon deck, if you play that now, is that you really need to get your tamer set up and really get the deck rolling if you want to like hang in there with any of the more meta decks like Mirage, Nume. And even then it's still difficult, right? Especially against a deck like Mirage, which they literally, like, I'm literally playing solitaire here. I think Jeremy played well, and he played to the best of his ability with the cards that he saw. But dude, like, I'm playing solitaire over here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just vibing. Like, I'm literally just setting up to kill you, and then maybe doing chip damage. So, truthfully, I'm a little bit tired of this deck, but it is what it is. No more Mirage. I'm kidding. We're gonna see like 2 more games with it. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this. Got to check out Tama team over here. Jeremy's in. This is actually the only game he lost all tournament, and I believe there's just a combination of bad matchup and not a very good game 2 for him as far as the cards he saw. definitely give his Digimon list a look, man. It's super, super cool, and definitely something that I would recommend if you're a green fan to try out. So thank you again for watching, and be ready or stay tuned for round 4.